While some people actively go exploring the world in search of treasure, others are lucky enough to just stumble upon it by chance. Keep watching until the end to hear how you can find a treasure chest worth millions of dollars in the Rocky Mountains. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to The Richest so that you won't have to accidentally discover our videos. Now, here are 10 amazing treasures discovered by accident. While filming a news piece on illegal treasure hunting at the Spilling Farm in Gotland, Sweden, back in 1999, a film crew accidentally found the largest Viking Age silver hoard in the world. Nearly 150 pounds of silver was found, alongside nearly 50 pounds of bronze. Mostly made up of coins, this hoard had been hidden under the flooring of a Viking shed in the 9th century. While the landowner was paid a $242,000 finder's fee, the real value of this hoard is believed to be much higher. The amount of silver found was so significant that it would have been enough for the Vikings to pay taxes for the entire area of Gotland to the Swedish king for 5 years. Further excavations done to the area showed that it had been inhabited for at least 1,000 years, up until the 19th century. What's most interesting about this find is that Viking jewelry, like armlets, arm rings, and finger rings, were also found in the hoard. Nick Mead is an avid tank collector and the owner of Tanks A Lot, a company in the UK that offers tank and military vehicle driving experiences. With the help of his mechanic, Todd Chamberlain, Nick likes to refurbish old tanks in his spare time. One tank in particular, which he had purchased off eBay for roughly $40,000, proved to be one of the best purchases of his life. While cleaning the vehicle's fuel tank back in 2017, the men stumbled upon bars of gold. 5 bars weighing 12 pounds each, to be exact. Valued at approximately $1.2 million, Mead struck gold. But sadly, Nick turned over his find to the authorities and was only given a receipt in return. The bars are believed to have been possibly stolen by Iraqi soldiers during the Kuwait invasion of the 90s, and it's unlikely that Nick will ever get anything more than a nominal finder's fee. A son and daughter of a New York City man also had no idea that there was treasure hidden inside their father's safe deposit box. All they knew was that they no longer wanted to pay the annual $800 rental fee. But after opening the deposit box up, they discovered 16 canvas bags inside, each one holding 1,000 coins. Or perhaps they knew that their dad had a box full of 16,000 silver coins, but they had no idea that the coins were so valuable. The bags had been sitting untouched in the Wall Street bank vault since 1964. And these weren't just any ordinary coins, they were 16,000 Morgan dollars. The hoard was estimated to be worth between $1 million and $1.5 million. Since many Morgan dollars were melted down during the First World War, it's a coin that many collectors would love to have in their possession. Ranging from the years 1878 to 1889, the unveiling of these coins has been likened to opening a numismatic time capsule. Back in 1999, Eric Laws stumbled upon a treasure trove after heading out into a field with his metal detector to search for a local farmer's lost hammer. After his detector picked up a strong signal, Laws began digging into the earth, where he found silver spoons and gold coins. Like our tank enthusiast friend, this metal detector hobbyist decided to alert the authorities. Archaeologists were brought in the next day, and they removed nearly 60 pounds of gold and silver items from the dirt. Known as the Hoxne Hoard, more than 15,000 Roman coins, 200 gold objects, dozens of silver spoons, and other silver items were uncovered. Eric received roughly $2.3 million from the British government for finding the treasure. When farmer Fred Johnson gave Terry Herbert permission to walk on his land with a metal detector, all that he expected Herbert to find was a lost wrench. But on July 5, 2009, Herbert uncovered the Staffordshire hoard, filled with gold, silver, and garnet items from Anglo-Saxon time. The nearly 4,000 artifact hoard was mainly military hardware, such as sword hilt fittings, sword pommel caps, and scabbard pendants. 75% of the metal found in this treasure trove was gold, adding up to a total weight of 11 pounds. It is the most important Anglo-Saxon collection to have ever been uncovered in England. Herbert was given a reward of $4.3 million for finding this Anglo-Saxon treasure, which he split equally with Johnson. Back in 1985, Ted Seaton was heading to his car after a day of treasure hunting when his metal detector started to go off. He picked up something from the ground that he thought was just an old woman's powder compact. But when he got home, he realized that he had discovered something of great value. Gaining the name of the Middleham Jewel, this 15th century gold and sapphire pendant likely belonged to someone who was royal or of higher nobility. The medieval pendant bears images of saints, the Nativity, and of the Trinity. The hollowed out inside contains silk embroidered with gold that's believed to be a religious relic of sorts. After a treasure trove inquest concluded that this was a case of finders keepers, the pendant sold within 4 minutes at an auction for roughly $4.3 million in today's money. Seaton split that money with 2 of his treasure-finding buddies, but also with the tenant and landowner of the land on which the piece of jewelry was found. One Northern California couple took their dog out for a walk on their property in 2013 and ended up finding $10 million worth of rare, mint-condition gold coins. In the words of the veteran numismatist representing the couple, it's like they found the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Found inside several decaying metal canisters, this incredible discovery has been dubbed the Saddle Ridge Hoard. Made up of more than 1,400 coins dating from 1847 to 1894, the face value of the coins only adds up to roughly $28,000, which was a lot of money in the 1800s. To avoid attracting treasure hunters to their property, the couple chose to remain anonymous. Heading back over the ocean, the story of the Schroeder treasure just goes to show what can happen when the proper channels aren't brought in to investigate an important discovery right away. In 1985, silver coins were found by workers who were renovating a building in Śląska, Poland. While the coins were sent to a museum, no further searches were conducted around the building, leaving other treasures hidden away for a few more years. Then, in 1988, while more renovation work was taking place in a nearby building, more silver and gold objects were found. Before authorities could secure the area, a mini gold rush occurred and a large part of the treasure was stolen by looters. It is widely believed that these found items belonged to King Charles IV of the House of Luxembourg. Charles was then thought to have pawned off these valuable items to a Jewish banker, who kept them hidden away where they were found. The hoard dates back to the mid-14th century, and its largest component is its thousands of silver coins. A gold female crown, golden pendants, Italian jewelry, and other precious items also make up this treasure trove. While it's difficult to put an exact value to it, it's believed to be worth anywhere between $50 million and $100 million. Thanks to a specialized robot, a Spanish ship that sank more than 300 years ago was found off the coast of Colombia in November 2015. The ship was reportedly carrying billions of dollars worth of silver, gold, and emeralds when it sank. This treasure haul is believed to be worth somewhere between $4 billion and $17 billion. The stash came from the mines of Peru and was headed to Europe before the boat met its disastrous fate. Since its discovery, there's been an ongoing battle as to who actually owns the treasure. While it was located in Colombia, it was the robot of an American billionaire who found the ship. However, a law was signed in 2013 that all culturally important items found in Colombian waters belong to the Colombian government. Then there's Spain, who rightfully claims that the ship originally belonged to them, but a lot of the artifacts on board were stolen from other South American countries. The fight for this ship full of riches continues. And now for something a little different. Here's a treasure trove that is still out there, waiting for you to go out and find it. Millionaire Forrest Fenn decided to bury $3 million worth of gold coins, nuggets, and other precious items that he collected over the years while running an art gallery in the US. All of these treasures can be found inside of an antique bronze treasure chest. The only catch is that you have to find it. Fenn decided that if he was being forced to leave this world, he was at least going to go out with a bang. He was going to hide $3 million worth of treasure for one lucky person to find. Miraculously, the cancer went away and never came back. However, since the treasure chest was already put together, Fenn decided to go ahead with his original plan in 2010. He published a 24-line poem with 9 clues on how to find the treasure in his self-published memoir, The Thrill of the Chase. Beside this poem, Fenn jokes that the treasure can be found somewhere in the Rocky Mountains, north of Santa Fe. Now, get out there and go find it. That's all for 10 amazing treasures discovered by accident. Have you tried looking for Fenn's treasure? Or are you now feeling inspired to put on your treasure hunting hat? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and hit that like button before you go.